One of the things that we really want to do with this church is be able to use technology to provide additional teaching and encouragement during the week to help you grow spiritually and get closer to God. One of the ways we want to do that is be able to touch base on some of the cool things about the sermon that was done the week before that maybe we weren't able to get to or fit into the sermon. And with last week's, when we were talking about dealing with pain and misery and all the things that are negative in life and how to do that the right way, we looked at the story of Elijah. And with Elijah, there's two things about that story that make it so much more rich and powerful when you know them. And one of them is that the 3-year drought that Israel and Elijah survived at the beginning of the story was specifically because Ahab, the wicked king, had introduced Baal worship to Israel for the first time. Now, Baal was the god of storms. He was a pagan god, a Canaanite god, false god, but he was the god of storms in the minds of the people. So when God brought a drought, as soon as they started worshiping this false god, he was making a statement. But that's not the only statement that he made. In fact, the whole reason that God had Elijah challenge the prophets of Baal at the top of Mount Carmel is another slap in the face to Baal. And that's because in the minds of the Canaanites that lived in the northern north of Israel, they believed that Baal lived on a coastal mountain called Mount Zaphon. And it's a beautiful mountain. It's right on the coast. It's extremely tall, creates its own weather. It's got clouds at the top. If you were an ancient, that would definitely be where your gods would live. So when God has Elijah challenge the prophets of Baal on top of Mount Carmel, which is a coastal mountain in the far north of Israel, he's basically making it easy for Baal to show up. Okay, Baal, all you have to do is jump down a few mountaintops from the north and show up and do your thing. But he couldn't do it because false gods have no power. The only God that has power is God the Father, Yahweh, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. Everything is held in his hand, and that should be encouraging to us every day. So let's hold on to that as we move through the week. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.